Hello there again. It's time for another tutorial. This is a tag that I made, and I got a few people of you asking how I'm going to do this. And I have used two different kinds of stamp sets. This is the first one. This corner stamp here is just so lovely, and I wanted to try it on. And this is another stamp set. This is a gelatin stamp set, and I have used this lovely bird here and also this stamp. So I'll be using those, and let's get started. What I start off with is a piece of paper, quite thick, and I use these Tim Holtz distress inks, and this is a peel paint color, and I have a homemade foam applicator that I'm just adding the ink with, and I start working from outside the tag because I don't want those horrible sharp contrasts or shape contours of this foam applicator, and they are quite hard actually to get rid of. So that's why I'm trying to avoid starting from the paper's center. Perhaps you would like that kind of look. Of course you can do it, but I prefer not to do so with this example anyway. And I just put enough ink here until I'm satisfied. And then I go over to stamping the bird. Let's see where I put it there. And let's see. I need my black ink. This result is going to differ a little bit from the other tag because this is a little bit stronger ink. VersaFine's Onyx Black is just great, gives great detail and so forth. I hope you can see me. I'm going to place the bird pretty high. Oh my god, this is red. I went wrong there. Hang on a second. I'll just wipe it off and start all over again. Accident happens, you know. Well, that was a foamy baby wipe. Beware of that one. I think I've got another. And this is also a way to demonstrate that although you may find some cheap baby wipes, perhaps they aren't the best ones for cleaning the clear stamps, because you really don't want that foam there, do you? So let's start all over again. Let's go with the red. I have used the Impress Raised Dye ink pad. Poppy red is the colour, and I hope it's going to give me quite a good result. I just tap it there and hope for the best, really. And I'll start all over again. And I have this old tag here as a guideline, so I know the bird needs to be pretty high up in order to fit this corner stamp there. So just place the bird there, give him a good push, and there you have it. And then I'll go on with the corner stamp, and I have mounted the corner stamp to a Fiskars press stamp thingy, and now it's time for the black color. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding before. I'll just push this black ink here, and now is what I'm talking about, the difference in the result. This is quite a strong ink, and it's going to leave its mark. So what I do is I just place it over the corner and just gently push it down and release. And if it doesn't release it on itself, I'll just give it a little bit of notch there. And this is what it looks like now. I see that the bird has come under, so perhaps it isn't the best results I'm looking for, but I think you'll get the picture anyway. And then I will go on stamping a little bit of doodling as well, just to give it some interest. I think I can place one of them there. And perhaps a little bit in the other corner there, if I just turn it around. I think I'll just let that one come out there, just now. Let's see what it looks like. Well, now you've got this result so far. So what I did afterwards is I have inked the edges of this tag with the Tim Holtz Distress Ink Vintage Photo, and I can, if I want to, use a foam applicator like this just to get a little bit of broader dirty look, or I could go over it later on with just the ink pad to give it some sharper definition. I'm going to show you both ways this time. I sort of like the sound of this, you know. It's quite fun working with paper and getting your fingers dirty. And this is when I just use the ink pad. I like getting it rough and rustic, so I like when it goes quickly as well anyway. Also, I don't want to waste too much time on making these. And what I did afterwards was I glittered the bird. I put some cheap glitter stick, and I just shook the bottle down and I started to coat the bird with some glitter. It doesn't need much. You can just go and start filling the bird up. You could come outside a little bit, it doesn't really matter. Just go on until you're happy. And the result could be something like this. I have used different kinds of colors there. I hope you can see that. But you see the glittering effect anyway. I thought I'd show you. Oh my god, I see that 7 minutes has gone already. I think I'll make another video where I show where you can emboss this bird. Or I could just give you the result. I have here used 2 different kinds of embossing powders. This one is made with the Adirondack red pepper, whilst this one is made with the Swedish Slöjd Detaljer embossing powder. And I actually like this one a little bit more, because it gives a nicer contrast to this olive green, I think. So you could emboss it if you wanted to, and I have started doing so, and I just used an embossing pad, and then I just put the bird there and embossed it. Quite easy peasy. And then I coloured the tag in later on, so I went the other way around actually. And what you can do to finish this tag off is you can put a big eyelet there and a bit of string if you want to, or a decorative band. And I have also used the pearl maker to put some of these red dots here. Sometimes I'm having difficulties to get them looking perfect, but practice makes perfect, right? So you really need to practice to get those looking good. I hope you liked this tutorial. I hope I didn't make too big of a mess of the whole thing. And I hope you can make your own Tim Holtz inspired tags. So that's for me. Bye bye for now.